Welcome to my little presentation on my current work around making coding easier. For a while now, I've believed that coding has too much art and something that should have much more engineering. It can seem like a process of developing a new application can take a few too many routes depending on the individuals and groups involved. Plenty of tools, methodologies, and other processes have been developed to deal with creating an application in a consistent fashion. I will say that these have had a varying degree of success based on who was using it and how well it was understood. Why is this? I think it is caused by the fact that we humans have our own language, and the developer needs to interpret that language to produce an application. Communication is the heart of the issue. Methodologies in development focus in on this regularly and try to improve how we capture information, interpret the language of requirements, and produce artifacts. But what if we had another option? What if the developer was put on the back seat and the person needing the application was made the controller of the code? Not possible? Well, it may not be true anymore, and I think this might be how all future coding is done. Here I show a new heading where instead of a developer we insert deep learning techniques and language models to remove the middleman, the developer. We start with requirements in English or any language and produce code. Requirements are processed by a neural network and produce artifacts for code production. The artifacts in my application are then used by my framework, in this case the Angular tools, to produce a finished application with some pre-populated test data. That is the basic flow of my application. I'm now going to show you a quick command line demo of the process. We initiate a command line application in Python. The only real parameter I'm taking in this application in the demo is the requirement number from my test data, that of requirement number 1 in this case. In my current demo, there is a storehouse of simple English requirements that I can call and generate simple Angular applications based on those requirements. Requirement number 1 is essentially for creating an application to track plants and their location, and other characteristics about that plant. The fields are presented in the requirement with information about their type and values expected of them. The requirement is processed rather quickly and initial artifacts are produced. Most of the rest of the process is in generating Angular components and generating code relevant to that requirement. Angular code generation takes up the largest amount of time. Once generated, the application can be started in a development mode using tools within the Node and Angular framework. That way we can see the finished product, a simple list with all of the create, update, and delete functions related to the requirements as we asked for it. In conclusion, I wish to express that this process, I believe, has no limitations and can be expanded to a variety of scenarios. I already have ideas on how to expand on this, and I am working on this with some true killer application features. This is just a simple hello world version of the process, and it hopefully gives you an idea of what is possible. Hope you enjoyed this presentation, and in the future I hope to also show you some of my other work as I proceed with creating some of this.